this isn't in here, but I agree we need to close this plant. But I also understand the reality is that it's probably not going to get closed soon. So, we just heard from Yolanda talking about how many miles we truck all our ash. We need to build a landfill for that ash, and we need to do it in Dutchess County. Even if we go with Shabazz's plan to convert that facility, it's still going to produce some ash, and we need a place to bury it other than in upstate New York. We have to start thinking, yes, in my backyard, not NIMBY, but yes, in my backyard. To extinguish the bulk of the net service fee, the 1984 bonds will certainly help the financial situation at the plant. Perhaps not having to make these payments along with the new contracts to operate the plant could free up money needed to build a municipal recycling facility, or these transfer stations we're going to need. Of course, before any money is spent on MRF, flow control for recyclables will have to be addressed. This plan is a good starting point, but it's a very long way to the finish line. This is not a sprint or even a long road race. This effort could be compared to an ultra marathon. In conclusion, first, and a lot of people have said this, the public must be educated, and there isn't any. It's just not happening. There is no public education, and people don't know what recycling is. And I take exception to one of the things that one of the speakers said earlier. The kids at Vassar, I run a coffee house right down the street from Vassar. The kids at Vassar, they do not know how to recycle. They must be provided with incentives to recycle. They must be informed why it is best to recycle. Most importantly, all public officials must buy into this plan, and they're not. There are still municipal offices that do not even have recycling containers for the public to dispose of their plastic bottle or soda can. I see two over there right now. I applaud this facility. Every public event, indoors and outdoors, must have recycling containers available. If this can be required by local legislation, then pass a required law. People will learn how to recycle. People will get it, but they have to be shown how, and it has to be easy. One way to make it easy is to provide recycling collection containers, costly but necessary. There may even be DEC grants available. There used to be. In some places, you can go find public containers with 3 separate bins: one for paper, one for trash, and one for cans or bottles. If you go to Oregon, they have 3 separate bins too. They're labeled landfill, recyclable, and compost. We've got a long way to go before we get there.
I did have someone sign up that hasn't had a chance to speak, provide comments yet. That's Sarah Warmer.